Okay, ready?
You ready?
Mr. Gorbachev.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Mr. Gorbachev.
Turn up this podcast.
I'm in this for the money and the pussy, and they're both falling off the trees.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 124 of the Reasonable Doubt podcast. As always, we are your hosts, Eric C. Griff.
And Chicka J Money.
Can you believe it? 124. 124.7. That's when you should be listening to the Reasonable Doubt podcast.
24/7, 7 days a week.
366 days a year.
Oh, yeah.
It's always leap year.
It's always leap year.
It's always leap year around us.
On the Reasonable Doubt podcast. By this time, I am likely dead in Kingston, Jamaica.
Yeah, by this word, time traveling.
Yeah. I'm going to be in Kingston, Jamaica when you see
and
this.
you'll have been there
I'll have been there
for like a week.
Yeah, for a week in Kingston.
In Kingston. Christian's going to die there.
I hope so.
Yeah, you've said that that's your plan. You're going to be dead there.
Yeah, I would like to, as much as it's going to traumatize my buddy. It's not all about him.
He's going to be the one that digs the grave. Yeah, it's not always about you. What if they kill him?
Yeah. Well...
And then you have no way of getting around.
Yeah, that'd be fucked up.
You'd have to figure out Kingston with the death of your friend.
I would, if he got murdered, I would call the authorities and I would
What authorities?
In Jamaica, the military.
The military. Does Canada have an embassy there?
Yeah,
Then you're good.
Yeah,
Go there.
but I'm telling you, no, I would escape.
You would escape?
Yeah,
Like
if
how?
he dies, I'm just living the rest of my life in exile, in travel.
Exile.
Yeah, and just traveling and living in the jungle and shit, you know?
Really? I feel like that was just an excuse. You want to do that anyways.
Yeah, so
But
if he
it
dies...
just takes a traumatic event.
Yeah,
If your wife leaves you, then just whatever.
If that's what happens, I'm telling you.
Okay. Well, if that happens and I never hear from you again, but they only find one body, I'll be looking for you.
Yeah, you should.
I'll be looking for you.
No,
I'll
try
be
to find me. Be like, he's not dead. I know.
I'll be like
sitting.
I'll be sitting in like a cafe on the street in Lagos, and I'll look over and I'll see you walking down the street. Be like, I got you, motherfucker.
I'm gonna
And
tell
you'll
you.
just be walking. You'll be minding your business. You'll be like 45 because it's gonna take me a while to find you.
Yeah.
Around the world, and you're gonna be moving around, right? And you'll just hear it behind you, and you'll just know.
I'll be like,
And you'll turn around, I won't be there. And then you'll turn around again, I'll be like right here. I'll be like right in your face.
man,
Got you, motherfucker.
I would love to do that though. I've always wanted to send like the wife on a scavenger hunt of me. Just take off.
Just
right?
like one day she comes home and you're not there,
I'm
and
just
there's
gone.
a note that's like, London, England is where I'm headed. Who knows where I'll go? And she'll just be like, okay, whatever, fuck it.
She'll be like, fuck you, I'm staying here.
He'll come back. He knows what he's got here.
Yeah, he's coming back, dumb motherfucker.
Show up 6 months later, like, babe, didn't even look.
I went back and checked. You never went to any of the places.
I left
All
notes.
the notes were
I
there.
left notes in London. I left notes in Zurich. I left notes in Belarus. And you didn't come to any of
They
it.
didn't go. I had to get all. They were calling me to get the notes back because they were sick of them waiting there.
I set up contacts in all of those cities for you.
Yeah.
A scavenger hunt to find me. Like,
You know how fucking cool that would be? I'm gonna do that to you one day.
you're just gonna bail on me?
No, if I have enough money, I'm gonna
Just put like $10,000 down in a note. Like, find me.
be like, yeah, each note has 10 grand. Hurry up.
I could find you.
Yeah, I mean, you would try.
I'd find you so hard.
Yeah, I'd find you so hard.
Until I get to that note that's like, I'm in the Democratic Republic of the Congo.
Yeah, I'll be like,
I can stay there.
well, hopefully there's a note for where you go after.
Yeah, I'll call around and be like, did someone leave a note with $10,000? Can you save the 10 grand? Just tell me
Yeah,
what it
you
says.
can keep it if you tell me where it's going, where he's headed.
Where is it? Oh, Germany? I'll go there.
I'll see you in Germany.
Yeah, I skipped the Congo. Just wanted you to know.
Yeah.
I don't think I would fare well there.
Dude.
I'd be so scared the whole time.
Okay, what do you think for Jamaica? What do you think? Should I go down to the goatee?
No.
Yes, right?
No.
Why not?
Clean shaved.
No.
Yeah.
Why?
Because you look good clean shaved.
But all the no, I look like a chubby baby face. But all the Rastas have fucking.
You're not a Rasta.
They have the goatee. I could be though.
You're gonna be when you come back. You're gonna be insufferable.
It's gonna be.
You're gonna be. So
I'm sorry. I just can't even talk normally. Walk on.
That's what you do now. It's gonna be so much worse.
You're gonna be like, yeah, but this is the accent I've always had my whole life. I don't know what you're talking about, but.
Oh, birthright is what I was talking about earlier. When like Jewish guys go to Israel, it's called birthright. It's like a trip they all do to like see the Holy Land.
Yeah,
that's you going to Jamaica. It's your birthright.
Yes,
you're gonna have to like join the Jamaican army.
Dude, it's honestly, I've always wanted to go to Jamaica. Well, I had dreadlocks when I was younger, and I'm infatuated with Jamaican culture.
Because it's just chilling. You found the only culture that's just like, we're hanging out all the time.
We're chilling.
We're chilling. There's nothing to do. There's nowhere to go. All our cars are old Soviet cars from the 80s.
Yeah, it's awesome, dude.
We're just chilling.
There is Hyundais and shit there. That's what we're renting.
I'm thinking of Cuba.
Cuba's like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Or really old American cars is awesome.
Yeah, before the embargo.
I want to go to Cuba on like not go to the resort, just fly into Havana.
And just chill.
Yeah, you can hang out. It's cheap to get like Airbnbs and hotels and shit there.
Yeah. And I feel like you're smart enough to, you know, when people are like, oh, don't stay in Havana. Those are just scared white people.
Yeah, it's like Cuba's so safe. That kills me. I've been to Cuba a few times. And people are always like, I've been to Havana. Mm-hmm. And people are always like, well, you know, it is like a third world country. I'm like, Cuba is a gigantic resort. It's so safe.
How can you be a dangerous criminal with white sand beaches?
Yeah, like, it's so incredibly safe. Mm-hmm. Like, I've never even heard of anything bad happening there. and like... It's like East Coast hospitality is the whole fucking country.
Yeah.
They're all like that. They're like, oh, you're hungry? Well, just come over to my house for dinner. And that's like, oh, really? And they're like, yep. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Like they just live their whole life like that.
I always talk about this. I want to just ingrain myself in another culture. I want to be the gringo.
Yeah, we should.
I want to go to Peru.
I think that's a thing to do with your life. Peru's great.
Just hang out in Colombia.
Why not?
Hang out in Bogota.
Yeah.
And just have a really expensive camera that I hold out really far from my body and take pictures of stuff.
Maybe I'll get to Jamaica and I'll spend time there and then be like...
realize that's your spot. That's where you were meant to be.
And just live there.
Live in Jamaica.
Can you imagine?
I can't imagine.
I was like, you know what? I'm actually just going to like fly into fucking wherever after.
Yeah. We know someone who did something very similar.
What?
Just lives in Costa Rica now.
Oh, yeah, true.
Yeah. Just bugged out.
Yeah, just take off, go to a different spot.
Yeah. I don't know. I have too many friends. I'd miss my friends.
I would, but I've always dreamed of just taking off and traveling and seeing where it goes. If I could get 30 grand together... if I get 30 grand together...
Jesus Christ, if I could get 30 grand together.
Yeah, well, I could have a wedding. All right? But it's like, if I could put 30 grand together, I would literally be like, I think I would take off.
You should go live in Bangladesh.
I would go see places like that. Why not, man?
No, don't go see, live.
Well, that's the point. You're not going as a tourist. You don't live there for like a couple weeks or a month or something.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, like I would want to travel around South America, and I would want to... I want to go all over Africa is my other big thing. I really want to. Yeah, I really want to travel.
Well, you speak French, so you'd have an easy time.
Yeah,
half of Africa speaks French.
That's what I mean. Like they speak French or English.
Yeah,
and it's like I can speak French and English.
My colonization, Spanish, baby.
My Spanish is not great, but I feel
there's
like
not much of it is Spanish. There's a little bit of it's Portuguese.
No, I mean to go to South America.
Oh, South America? Yeah,
Portuguese and Spanish. I'd have to develop it, but I think the longer you're in it and fully surrounded by it, the better it gets.
Yeah.
It's an immersion
I talked to some Brazilian dudes about Brazil, and they are split 50-50. I was like, if I went to Brazil long term, lived in the city, how do you think I'd do? And two of them were like, you would love it. It would be awesome. And then two of them were like, you shouldn't do that. I was
Really?
like, what if I went? What's the big city? Not Rio, the other one. Fuck, I should know this. The biggest city in Brazil. Yeah, you're close.
Yeah.
Sao Paulo.
Sao Paulo.
They were like, the guys from Sao Paulo were like, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't do that.
Whereas like
You'll
Rio, they're like Rio has really bad areas, but like most.
Yeah,
of
but
Rio's
Rio
nice.
is more touristy. Sao Paulo
Yeah.
is where Brazilians live.
Yeah.
And they're like, don't.
Yeah.
Just don't do it.
You would have to. I have a friend.
Because you're immediately a target, right?
I have a friend, and she has lived in Brazil on multiple occasions. She's a white woman,
Yeah.
and she just learned to speak Portuguese, and she like goes down there all the time.
Yeah.
She's gone down and lived there for like months and months at a time.
That's the best way to learn a language, too, is to just ingrain yourself.
That's what I'm saying. The best Spanish I ever speak is when I'm in Cuba for 10 fucking days speaking Spanish to everybody all the time.
Yeah, you pick it up.
Yeah.
And they're very forgiving. Like, if you fuck
Yeah.
up a little bit, they're like, he's trying.
whatever.
They're
Yeah.
not like the French.
You say that, but I was speaking French in Cuba to all the Quebecois
Oh,
tourists.
Quebecois is different. When
And
they're
they're-
out of Quebec.
When they're out of Quebec, they're chilling, and they're
Yeah.
like, yeah, fucking...
France French, they're like, don't even try.
Yeah, it kills me that they're like that.
Yeah.
The France is like that, where they're like, oh, yeah, where are you from? Canada? And you're like, yeah, I speak some French. And they're like, nah, I can't even understand your shit
Yeah,
accent.
you were
You're
like,
fuck you, man.
you would say, like, in solid French. Like, I would like to purchase this croissant. And they'd be like, don't bother with... No, I cannot understand what you're
Yeah,
saying.
and it's like, bro...
Would you buy the croissant? Like, okay, first of all, your English is fucked, guy.
Yeah.
And I'm
Why
not...
do you get to speak my
Yeah.
language like
Yeah,
shit?
No, don't even bother, actually.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah. Just stop. Just speak to me in French and I'll speak to you in
The
English.
Germans and the Italians, they love it. When you try
Really?
to speak like a little German or Italian, they're like, whoa.
You tried.
And they'll speak to you in English because you're fucking up real bad.
Yeah.
They're like, good for you, though, for trying.
Yeah.
And their English is great
Yeah.
because they deal with it all the time.
Well, Cubans are the same way, man.
Yeah. They're like, oh, good for you for trying.
Yeah, like you speak Spanish to them, they'll be like, okay. Sometimes they'll like slow down their Spanish. And if you're like, and you think you kind of get it, and you respond, they're like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah,
They're
the
like,
French,
good
they
job.
give you nothing.
No, they don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're like,
You, like,
learn the
conjugate-
language perfectly or don't speak it.
Yeah. You say like un pomme instead of une pomme, and they're like, I don't understand.
It's une pomme?
I'm pretty sure pomme is feminine. I'm pretty sure apples
think
are feminine.
so,
Yeah.
yeah.
Which is like just a fuck part of
Also,
gendered
yeah,
language.
what happens to the transgender people in France? Do they just get told, get fucked?
No. The gender of the language switches. If you're polite.
Yeah, but what about like, not transgender, sorry. Non-binary. Where they're like, I identify
Always
as...
masculine. Always masculine.
For everything.
Yeah, it's like how, if you're referring to groups of people in French, it's always masculine.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. Gendered languages fucking suck for that, though.
It's easy.
No, it's not, because you have to just know each individual thing.
It's easier than English. French is way easier
No,
than
it's
English.
not. No,
Yes.
it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No.
I'm
Well,
better
okay.
speaking French when I'm drunk than I am sober.
Okay, to learn the language from scratch.
Our friend agrees with me, by the way.
Okay, to learn a language from scratch, all the romantic languages are much easier, like Italian, French,
Yeah.
Spanish, Romanian.
Romanian.
They're all... There's
Italian,
one more.
French, Spanish, Romanian, Portuguese.
Portuguese.
Yeah.
They're all easier to learn. English is a really hard language to learn. It's like German.
Yeah.
It's hard to learn. But you don't need to worry about gendered nouns unless you're talking about people or boats in English.
Then why do people fuck up English all the time?
Because it's their second language. Or like, I don't know, people that fuck up English as your first language because you're stupid. That's
It's
fine.
the same as Mandarin. Mandarin's difficult, and there's a lot of people who speak Mandarin fluently and can't write properly in Mandarin.
a
It's
lot
difficult.
of Chinese people don't write Mandarin.
Yeah, they can't.
There's a written language in Chinese called Simplified Chinese, which is a simplified version. If I'm right here, it's a simplified version of writing things.
Really?
And then you use the like Mandarin writing for like fancy things because you can read it
but you don't know how to
You
write
don't
it.
because there's like Chinese isn't a language,
Yeah.
right? There's tons of different languages in
Cantonese
there.
and all these different things,
Yeah,
yeah.
all those things, right? But they've simplified that all down to a writing style that they can all understand,
Yeah.
right? So most people write in that.
On the note of China,
Yeah.
I had a note about this. China. By the way, we're drinking delicious drinks right now.
Mm-hmm.
These are fucking phenomenal.
I know. I've been drinking these.
Yeah, these are awesome.
They're really, it's strong rye too.
Is it?
It's like 50%.
Oh, this isn't the shit they.
No.
No, okay.
No, that shit's like 67%.
I was like, fuck, we had.
We had 3.
Yeah.
That counted as 3.
Yeah. Okay, so I was thinking about China. China, remember how for years you heard people be like, oh, it's made in China, that Chinese garbage, man.
Yeah.
Everything shit that comes out of China. I think that a long time ago that was an accepted and reasonable take on Chinese manufacturing.
Yeah.
I don't think it's relevant anymore, and I wanted to bring it up on the podcast.
No, totally not. It's not.
I think it's not. I think China produces some of the best manufacturing in the world.
Yeah.
And I think that there's lots of things that they make that are top-notch quality.
Have you seen China's electric vehicles?
That's what I was going to say, literally.
Yeah. That shit is insane.
Their electric vehicles are far beyond everyone else.
And what they're going to
And
do...
their charges last longer. They drive further. They're able to... They have fucking trucks. They're running, like, transport truck fleets that are electric.
Yeah.
And they're towing gravel and shit with electric trucks.
Yep.
And being like, oh, yeah, when the truck dies, you pull it into this bay. When it's about to die, you pull it into this lot. And you fucking change into another truck. And this thing backs up, plugs in, and you get on the next thing and take the next truck.
Yep.
And that's just how they roll.
Yep. And they're going to sell a bunch of these, and they're cheaper. They're going to
Yeah.
sell a bunch of these cheap electric cars all over the
They're
world.
way cheaper.
They're going to sell them to Russians. They're going to sell them to Africans. They're going to sell them to South Americans. India.
Yeah.
They're going to sell them to all these places.
And their carbon footprint is going to fall off a fucking cliff.
Yeah.
And will be the last... North America and Central America, I think, will be the last places on Earth where they're still burning petrol hard.
Yeah, for sure. And like now, like per capita, I think the States is still the highest. But China's like carbon output.
No, China.
Yeah. Is China first?
Yep, China's number
Okay.
one by a lot.
But China-
because of manufacturing.
And also China industrialized way later.
Yeah.
Right? The Americans have had much longer of being like industrialized with factories and manufacturing.
Well, and
stuff
now
like
they've
that.
moved away from it to a service economy, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's rough.
I mean, there's still a considerable amount of manufacturing that happens in the States.
There is, but it's not what it once was.
No.
Everything was made in the United States. back in the
Everything
day.
was at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
not
not
anymore.
anymore.
Not anymore.
No, and
That's what
now
happened
even
in
China
Detroit.
started outsourcing their manufacturing.
Yeah, why would that's just the progression of how it
Yeah,
goes.
they get to a point where they're like, why are we doing these dangerous labor-intensive jobs? Fuck
Yeah.
off. Send it to a poor country.
Yeah, I know.
Thanks, India.
Yeah, I know. Well,
That's what happened. Like,
who's next after
Bangladesh,
that?
Africa and Bangladesh have been like Africa. China put a ton of money into educating Africa
Yes.
because they were like, this isn't a totally untapped market, and the U.S. is like, it's risky. We don't want to deal with those dark folk.
Yeah.
That's basically what happened, and China was like, you guys are retarded. These people require the same amenities as everybody else in the world.
Yeah.
So we're going to go over here and give them universities and shit and teach them to speak Mandarin. And guess what? Now there's fucking Mandarin universities everywhere.
Well, yeah, what they do is they build them infrastructure in exchange for mineral rights,
Yeah.
is what they do. And it's like, it's a really famous quote by an African president. I forget who it is. But they're like, every time China shows up, we get a highway. Every time France shows up, we get a lecture.
Yeah.
Right? On how you're doing it wrong. And you
Yeah.
just need to do it our way.
You need
and
to do
stuff
it.
like
Yeah.
that.
Do it another way.
Right? So that's what they're doing is like they just show up, they
Sure.
build them a bunch of highways, they build them like a railroad,
Yeah.
and they're like, just let us mine your country.
Well, and now China's trying to push out. Do you see they're cleaning up Nigeria?
Oh, really?
Yeah, like China's actually making headway on this. They're pushing Shell out of Nigeria,
Okay.
Because Shell owns Nigeria essentially, and they've destroyed its environment.
Yep.
Like environmentally, that country is fucked not beyond repair. I shouldn't say that,
But
it's
beyond imagination.
very
It's really bad.
unimaginably fucked.
Yeah.
Like black puddles everywhere, fucked from oil spills consistently from Shell not giving a fuck about these people.
The safety ratings and the
they're
environmental
like, we
ratings
can do
don't
whatever we
exist.
want
We
here,
can
yeah.
do whatever they want.
So they go in, and now like Nigeria's developed a lot, and they're inviting China in, and China's basically being the Shell like, yeah, our electric vehicle economy is exploding, so we actually can just take away your fucking fossil fuel dependency and fuck Shell and just tell them to get the fuck out of your country, and they're making headway.
Yeah.
And Nigeria's slowly taking their country back. Thank God.
Yeah.
Like Shell can get fucked, man.
Yeah. I mean, what's happened to Africa, to put it lightly, over the last 500 years has been incredibly fucked.
It's
Just resource raped.
if you look at Africa from like, man, fuck all the super I'm British and the British can do no wrong opinions.
Yeah.
What really happened is, in the last few hundred years, we've gone to Africa, raped and pillaged them for resource, told them that they're doing wrong and shamed them for their way of life, tried to destroy their culture because we think we're helping them
Yeah.
to evolve to be like us because we're evolved according to some crazy white supremacist bullshit. And then when it didn't work, because they were like, well, this just doesn't seem like it's working for us, they're like, get fucked halfway through the process.
Yeah.
And step away, and it's like, well, now they're just totally fucked.
Yeah, I know. Like, you take all the wealth out of Africa, store it in Europe,
Yeah.
and then be like, why are they so poor? It must be because they're black.
Yeah. It must be due to blackness.
They're just
Yeah.
less evolved than we are.
Yeah, like, it's so
That must be it.
It's so blatantly insane.
Yeah, as the king of England's crown is full of African jewels.
Jewels, yeah.
Why are they so poor?
So strange that they're so poor.
I don't get it. It
You
must
see
be
my cool new big blood diamond? Like,
37 children. This cost.
yeah. Bought it off him for $100, and
Yeah.
I just dictated that it's worth $30 million.
Last episode we talked about the Congo. The Congo at one point wasn't just a possession of Belgium.
Really?
It was the personal possession of their king.
Of their king, I know.
Belgium didn't even own it. The king did. He
Yeah.
owned a chunk of Africa.
Yeah, he owned not just a chunk, let's be clear.
A
He
very
owned-
big chunk.
He owned one of the largest countries in Africa and the most fertile land in Africa.
Yeah, it made rubber.
Yeah, it's
They
fucked.
grew rubber trees there.
Yeah.
And if you didn't pick your quota of rubber from the rubber trees, they'd cut your kids' hands off.
That's fucked.
Yeah, personally. This wasn't governable by nations because it wasn't a nation doing it. It was a guy.
Yeah, being like, this is my property. and
This
you
is
all live
it was
here.
his personal property.
When was that? Here's something. When was there ever such sense of entitlement where you could go in and be like, I know this is an enormous area and all these people live here, but I'm going to buy it. It's mine. It's like, no, these people live here, so it's theirs.
Yeah.
You know, that's how royalty's always been. If you think about royalty...
Yeah, the way we look at the world now, there are countries everywhere.
Yeah.
Every part of the world is countries. That wasn't always the case.
It used to just be land.
It used to be land that was to conquer.
Yeah, but
Right.
that's fucked up. Those people are already there. It's theirs.
Yeah, but they're not people. They're savages, right?
Yeah.
Because they're not us. They're close to us, and we can maybe get them to act like us, but they're not us. And we're
Yeah.
doing them a favor by bringing
Infrastructure.
and order and our way of life to them.
Which
That
is
means-
fucked.
it's super fucked. Now to look
Yeah,
at.
look at how shit our life is now.
Yeah, I know. We were a colony
Yeah.
at one point. We were just a jewel in the crown.
Yeah. And it kills me. What I don't understand is every 45-year-old white dude is like, they should be thankful for all the shit that we gave to them.
That's
And it's
so easy to say from here.
yeah, it's like we have
Gave.
gave.
Brother, we took.
Yeah, there was no giving involved. There's a lot of sacrifice. There was an extraordinary amount of sacrificing. Guess what? It was not on part. None of the white folk, the white folk, none of them were fucking sacrificing, you know? Like, it wasn't them sacrificing for the change.
So to lighten up the topic a little bit.
Yeah, go ahead.
We've talked before about your Instagram following and the feed that you get on Instagram, right?
Is this about the big titties?
No, well, Christian's is all big titties, hunting, and motivational videos. That's all yours is. But like cute motivation.
And a lot of jacked people.
Yeah, jacked people.
A
lot of jacked people. I got a wicked pull by an account called the Horse Mafia Official.
Horse Mafia?
Right? And it's just Instagram posts for boomers. Have you ever seen anything like this?
Sending you lots of love and prayers for a blessed Wednesday. Good morning. Time for Wednesday coffee. What the fuck is this?
I found like a boomer Instagram page where it's just like...
Is it the Horse Mafia?
The Horse Mafia Official. And it's just like boomer memes. And I'm like... But they're all like AI generated at the same time. But they don't check. This one says like, good morning, have a wonderful day. But look how the good is spelled. There's 3 O's. And look at the way the like coffee's pouring.
It's all AI generated.
It's all AI generated.
But it has how many followers? 164,000 followers.
Yeah. So I feel like I've stumbled onto something here.
Are people just making money off AI posts?
I think so. And this thing posts like 40 times a day.
Really?
I mean, look, they have 24,000 posts.
That's fucked up.
So someone is just spoon feeding this shit to boomers. And they fucking love it. Pray on it, pray over it, but most of all, pray through it. I don't know. I picture everything in a southern accent.
Yeah, that's fucked up, dude.
But if you'll, I don't know who's doing all the who's making the AI images, like what prompts they're giving it to. But for some reason, like 1 in 50 will be like every police officer is Jesus incarnate.
What?
Yeah, I know. It's super strange. I pray that God gives you a peaceful, restful night. And when you wake up, happy weekend. And it's just an AI otter holding a flower.
Okay, this is fucked up, man. We need to stop this.
I know. And then all the comments. Good night, sir. Bless you. Yes, and amen. I wish the same for you, praying hands. Good night. Amen. Amen, Lord Jesus. Amen. Good night, amen. And thanks, Mary. I miss you.
Are you people hearing this?
I know, dude. There's something going on. There's like, I swear to God, if the internet is like this big, right? This is all the stuff on the internet. I swear to God, this much is just made by us now, like 10%.
Yeah, it's a lot of AI.
I swear, like AI, we talk about AI a lot.
How do you get AI? Like, can you buy AI that does that?
Yeah, you could, on Instagram, you can make AI make you photos.
What?
I'll show you after the episode.
Fuck off.
Yeah. You just tell it like, you ever
How much money's generated off Instagram?
So much.
Like, that's fuck. Can we just become millionaires putting up AI bullshit?
Yeah, probably. But I wouldn't you don't sell your soul like that.
You're not.
Well, okay, for every account that does make money, there's 1,000
that don't.
That get no engagement. But I swear to God, like, and I think it's just AI accounts and other AI accounts just interacting with each other.
That's
like a lot. But so I think that on the whole, this is a negative because every time something happens on the internet, it costs money in energy, in infrastructure, right? Like
that's true. That's a lot of energy.
That's a lot of energy.
AI
that's
bullshit.
Just bots doing bot things with other bots that no human ever sees.
Yeah, because it's just bots interacting with bots,
right? So this
are they developing like any language with each other?
Yeah. So I mean, probably. So you know how it was like. That one I sent you had good morning with 3 O's and the coffee was pouring out of the bottom of the coffee pot. Any human that looks at that is going to realize that's often AI generated, but another AI bot won't care.
Okay, here's something interesting like on this topic. So they recently, I don't know if I talked about this a couple episodes ago or not, but they came out and said they were going to start doing AI news.
Yeah, I believe it.
So AI, they have full broadcasters and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like reporters that don't exist. And they're all different profiles, and they learn and they become like more like they remember things they've reported on before, and they like had developed opinions.
It's fucking weird, man. Every facet of my life, AI is coming into now.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I use Duolingo. Now there's Duolingo AI.
What's Duolingo AI?
You can talk to it in the language, and it'll respond to give you like you're talking to a native speaker.
What?
There's Duolingo AI. Fucking AI is permeating everything. They're having drive-through order takers that are powered by AI.
What?
Yeah. In the States, they'll have like you pull up to the Wendy's and it's an AI voice that recognizes your voice and takes the order for you.
Man, like
It's getting out of hand.
It's getting out of hand really fast.
And we're not going to be able to stop it if we keep going. Because it's so like, it makes so much sense money-wise.
Yeah, but finance should not be. This is the thing. We have to have a shift in the philosophical narrative of the world that finance is not everything, and finance should not be the bottom line.
Yeah.
The bottom line should always come back to human existence as a whole.
Yeah.
And you can't replace the mundane work that is suited for people who have been given less opportunity for education in life.
Mm-hmm.
And replace that by AI and say, well, it's an improvement on the bottom line. These people were unnecessary. Because what you're doing is dooming people who have already been given a shit hand in life.
Yeah.
Been dealt a shit hand. You're dooming them to an even worse outcome.
Well, plus
you're going to annihilate a good portion of humanity.
Think about how awful of a sentence that is. These people are unnecessary.
That's a terrible thing. Like, why are they unnecessary?
But
I like talking to someone in the drive-thru. I like the guy at fucking Wendy's down the street.
Yeah.
The one right over there when I'm stoned and I go in and I'll be like, oh, what does he always get me with? He knows when I'm stoned going through the fucking drive-thru, and I'll be like, hey man, can
Christian does not condone smoking weed and driving.
Oh yeah, true.
This is a hypothetical.
But I'll go in and be like, I'll go to the drive-thru and be like, hey man, can I get a... I'll be like, can I get like a...
Let me get a fucking...
Yeah, and I'll be like, can I get like a 6-piece chicken nugget and like a Dave's single? And he'll be like, I don't know, can you? And I'm like, oh fuck, wait, what?
Can I?
And he's like, nah, bro, I'm just fucking with you. Like, it's so cool though.
Yeah, I know.
I like that. AI's never gonna do. They might one day do that for me, but I don't want them to. I like
you'll know it's
I like
not real.
knowing that I pull up to the window and it's the same like slim redhead dude, and he's fucking dope.
Yeah, and he's using this money to buy weed in his clapped out Civic.
Yeah, and I fucking love him. He's great.
Yeah, I know.
You know?
It's like I don't really like the self checkouts at the grocery store. I've talked about this before. Not because of the whole job thing.
I don't go.
It's part of my
go
grocery experience to walk up to the girl checking me out and be like, "How you doing, hon?"
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Hey,
let me
sweetheart.
get.
How you doing, sweetheart?
Yeah, how you doing, babe?
Yeah.
Bibs.
Bibs. Doll.
Doll. Woman, how are we?
Yeah.
Let me get
Hey,
25.
chica.
Oh, I can't say that. I'm getting escorted out. All right.
But no, I won't go to the self-checkouts anymore.
No, but I'm also not going to be that righteous guy in the grocery store.
I'm a dick about it. I go in. I went into Superstore. There's no cashier, just the self-checkout, and I waited. And someone came up and was like, "Can I help you, sir?" And I was like, "Yeah, there's no cashiers." And she's like, "Oh yeah, they're like test running, shutting it down at whatever, and just doing self-checkout." And I was like, "Can I get a cashier?" And she was like, "Yeah." She was happy about it. She's like, "Yeah, you can. I'll go talk to my manager." So like, cool. And guess what? They opened up a cashier. 6 people went in line. That fucking self-checkout stayed empty.
Yeah.
If I go to the self-checkout in your store, if you see my face, I'm stealing from you, motherfucker. I'm stealing steaks.
I'm stealing expensive shit.
Yeah. I'm stealing the most expensive meat you have.
I mean, I'm stealing anyways.
Yeah.
But I'm stealing
fucking
more.
Classy about it with the cashier.
Yeah, with the cashier, like, it's just stuff in my pocket.
If she doesn't fucking notice my pop flat underneath.
Yeah, like I didn't. When she's like, "What about that?" Oh, this. Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry.
Do you want me to bring that up? Really?
Yo, are we cool?
Yeah, she'll be like, "No, you came to this line. That's fine. Keep
Just
me
like-
employed."
Slip a 10 to the fucking cashier and be like, "Don't be a hero."
Yeah. She's like, "It's only $4.
Pay more to see you can steal.
Just so I can fucking steal it from them."
The rush. That
Yeah.
thieving.
Yeah, it's good. Fuck big companies, man.
Yeah, no, I love.
Fuck,
stealing.
what's his name?
Galen Weston.
Galen Weston.
Have you
I
been
thought you were so
participating in it?
nice in the commercials, bro.
Yeah, I know. He's like showing off Whitefish. He's like, because we care, because we're President's Choice. Motherfucker made like $8 million last year. Get fucked. It's probably even more than that, actually.
It's more than that. I think he's worth a lot of money.
He is. Well, they've stopped putting him in commercials.
Really,
Yeah, because he has such an awful. It's like, well, I'm Galen Weston from President's Choice, and I care. And then you go to the grocery store and get treated with non-stop ass rape.
Yeah.
Like, that's the face you associate with it. It's like, oh, a can of tomato sauce is now $9 for some reason. Okay, guess I can't not buy groceries.
Former chairperson of Holt Renfrew.
Yeah, he
Galen
stepped
Weston.
down. He's still a shareholder, but he's off the. How much is he worth? So we have a performance outside of the studio here.
Okay, net worth.
The mega complex. I don't know if you can hear it. Homie's wailing.
Net worth is $200 million.
Oh my god! No one should be worth $200 million.
Loblaws alone paid Galen Weston $8.4 million last year. Just last year.
Fuck!
Just from Loblaws.
I fucking hate that guy.
Wow,
Smarmy
that's
little
fucking
fuck.
brutal.
He also
dude.
got caught with the bread fixing scandal. You remember
the
that?
what?
A bunch of grocery stores were in cahoots on on the price of bread, saying we're all gonna raise the price of bread so no one's lower price and like a better competitor. It was a big deal.
Really?
Yeah, it was like grocers in the States too.
They were like,
Like-
yeah, we're just gonna fuck people.
They found out they're like, if we all raise the prices, people aren't gonna not buy bread.
Yeah, it's a
So-
necessity, and it's tax free.
Yeah. So, the whole point of the whole reason why we're doing this capitalism thing is so that there can be competition and bring the price down.
Yeah, no, I get it.
But when they all work together, yeah, they got busted for that.
Okay, we got to switch. I got something here.
All right.
One.
Yeah, we're going to do the last 20 minutes really nice.
Telecom companies are.
Oh, no, we're not. Never mind. It's not good. Oh, no. I know.
Telecom companies are digging up their copper lines to sell the copper back off.
Let's go.
Dude, I didn't realize.
We are back, baby. Copper thieves.
I
Let's
didn't
go.
know how much copper there was.
Oh, yeah.
Billions of dollars in copper.
Get that shit out of the ground.
Dude, I want to just start going places and digging up copper lines. Let's just go somewhere to the metal detector.
Dude, you want to
start cutting out fucking copper telecom lines.
be the best copper thief in the world. No more stealing it out of air conditioners.
No, fuck
No
that
more
shit.
cutting down power lines.
No.
We're digging.
We're digging. And it's only in like, what, 2 inches?
Yeah, it's not that deep.
They literally go along with a spade and feed it in there. And they just like, choop, and like fold it up, shove it in, and keep going. We should just go through neighborhoods tearing up people's lawns.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
You know what else we should start taking?
What?
They're just free for the taking.
What?
Catalytic converters. There's a lot of money in
Okay,
those.
so I've got a great idea.
Okay, yeah.
We should start where one of us goes on a date with a girl,
Yeah.
and then the other one, knowing she's gone, steals her catalytic converter.
And then just split it like down the middle.
Just split it down the
and
middle.
then the guy on the date
Yeah.
stiffs her with the bill.
Stiffs her with the bill. Takes off.
Like, I gotta go to the bathroom.
yeah, and leaves.
And then I just run and jump into your truck.
yeah, we go.
Because let's be honest, I'd be the date one, you'd be the catalytic
Yeah,
converter
fair
stealer.
enough. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Because not only did you get bailed on and left with the bill, you go out to your car and your cat's gone.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. Can you imagine?
That's such a good
What a
idea.
fucking genius idea.
God, we really should get into organized crime.
We should. I've said
We have
this
so
for
many
so
good
long.
entrepreneurial
We
ideas.
have a lot of potential in organized crime. I think the mafia would be lucky to have us.
I think so too. I bring a lot to the table. We
do.
could never get made though.
Well, we don't need to. That's
No,
how
we'll
we
just
stay.
be associate.
Yeah.
The made guys, are the guys that go away on racketeering charges.
Yeah, and those are also the guys that get killed when they try to leave. We can retire whenever we want.
Yeah, just like we'll be the catalytic converter guys.
Yeah.
And the guys that dig copper out of the ground.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
What other crimes would we be good at?
I don't know. Bunch of stuff.
Pickpocketing? You think you could pickpocket?
We could just go to Florida and just travel around the coast on a boat picking up loose
pick up
cocaine.
packages. No, that's where you really go to jail.
Yeah, true.
It's real jail time.
Show up. What's this? I found it and I was bringing it right to the police.
I try my pickpocketing skills sometimes on my
Do you?
friends. Yeah, I do it to you sometimes.
How's it go?
You catch me about 60% of the time.
Really?
Yeah.
What are you doing? Like trying to take stuff out of my pocket?
It works better when you're wearing jackets.
Oh, okay.
I can like slip in and take from your pocket. If you're wearing like real tight jeans, I'm not getting that wallet out. I've
There's no
tried.
way. Yeah.
I was like, I forget. I was drunk too, but we were like hanging around, and I was sitting, and you were standing, and your ass was like head level, and I could see your wallet in there. I was like, I bet I could take that. And I like put 2 fingers on the side of it. And you whipped around. You're like, "Fuck are you doing?" Like I didn't even pull or anything. I just touched the wallet. You were like,
what are you doing? What are you doing back there?
Nothing. I'm just practicing my pickpocket. I did get your phone one time for a while.
I do remember you getting my phone. Yeah. I do
Yeah, and that was
remember
out of your pocket. You were like, you had a jacket on. You
I was
put it
like,
in your
where the
jacket
fuck
pocket.
is-
And I was
yeah.
like, what?
Yeah, I was like, where the fuck's my phone?
Yeah,
For like 20 minutes.
yeah.
You're like, no. I know your phone, bro.
stole it from you.
All right, I got a good one.
All right.
North Korea. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm just going to read you this headline.
All right, I'll be silent.
This little paragraph. North Korea sends balloons bearing filth over the border. In trashy geopolitical news, thank you, by the way, to Morning Brew for this. In trashy geopolitical news, North Korea has sent 260 balloons carrying garbage and animal excrement into neighboring South Korea. The drop-offs are retaliation for an earlier balloon barrage sent in the other direction by South Korean activists carrying anti-regime leaflets and K-pop music. South Korea's Joint Chiefs of Staff said North Korea's actions violate international law and seriously threaten the safety of our citizens. They sent over balloons filled with shit.
I would do that too if you said
With
fucking
poo
K-pop.
and garbage. Yeah, and then shot them and let them blow up on people. That's hilarious, dude.
I fucking love North Korea.
Like,
always have, always
really?
will. Always. Because they're such a minor player, but everyone treats them like a serious threat.
Yeah, like it's a
right? Like they're
problem.
not.
What are they
They're
gonna
not a
do?
serious threat
Yeah.
at all. But they're like, this'll fucking show them. Fill those buckets full of shit. We're gonna balloon them over. It's gonna be fucking hilarious. And they do.
And they do it.
They're one of the only countries left with some fucking balls.
Yeah, it's like, you know what I'm
Because-
gonna do? I'm gonna literally drop poop on you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because North Korea, if the second that war broke out, would get its shit slapped around so silly, but they'll still fuck around a little bit.
You think they would? They would just,
Yes.
yeah?
The United States military presence in South Korea is so large.
Oh, that's so true. Yeah, I forgot
They
about
would
them.
like knock their dick in the dirt, and it would be so fast.
That's from fucking Breakfast Club.
Yeah, I'll kick your dick,
I'm
or I'll
gonna
knock your dick in the dirt.
Yeah.
Mess with the bull, you get the horn.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would do that so hard.
Yeah, they would.
But does that stop North Korea from sending balloons full of shit over the border?
No.
No. Because, like, is that worth war?
Same with their propaganda.
Yeah.
Kim Jong-un's propaganda, top-notch propaganda.
Yeah, they're really good at it.
Yeah, they are.
You ever see that Vice documentary where they go to North Korea?
No.
You would fucking love it.
Really?
They're the first Americans to go to North Korea.
Aside
Since
from
the war.
Dennis Rodman.
No, they brought Rodman. That's when they brought Rodman.
What?
Yeah. So Vice goes with Dennis Rodman and 3 Harlem Globetrotters because they fucking love basketball in North Korea.
Yeah.
They send them there because Kim Jong-un like loves basketball, right?
Yeah.
And so North Korea's got a team, or like got a couple teams that play each other. So they've got their best team, and they want to play like them versus the Globetrotters and like the Vice guys, because Rodman was like too old to play.
Yeah.
But like Kim Jong-un loved the Bulls, and like the Bulls' heyday, so he's a huge fan of Dennis Rodman. They go get like a private audience with Kim Jong-un. They have like a friendly basketball game against North Koreans where Rodman is like sitting with Kim Jong-un like right beside him making announcements to the crowd. It's fucking nuts. It's a crazy documentary. You got to check it out.
Oh, yo.
They go to this one part where they're like, because they were on a very guided tour where like the North Korean
that's what I've
military.
heard. If you go there, it's very guided.
Yeah, they're like, we show you where to go. We tell you when you can take pictures and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So they go to one place. They're like, this is our internet cafe where all of our citizens have access to the internet. And they go in and it's very obviously like 30 dudes planted there in front of computers hooked up to the internet. And they're all just on the Google homepage and they've never seen it before. So they don't know what to do. They're just like moving the mouse around. It's like their first time using a computer. They're just like, you know, when you click and drag and it makes that box, they're just doing that.
What?
And people are coming by, they're like, what are you doing? He's like, looking at the news. Like, oh yeah.
Oh wow.
It's kind of creepy.
Yeah, so what's life really like there?
We don't really know. But it's probably more normal and mundane than you would think.
That's what I think. I think that's all for show. But I have a feeling that life there's like it's a communist country. They all just work on these camps.
They all just work. They working in or their farms.
Yeah, and their farms and camps. And then aside from that, there's like they fucking go home and they eat and hang out with their families.
Yeah, but I mean like any country in the world, like North Korea has music, right? Like you have friends there. You hang out with your friends. You hang out with your family. Just life is poorer.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, it is weird. But
I feel like it can't be that bad.
No, it's not as bad as like
American
the media will make you
propaganda,
think. Right? Like you can only have 3 haircuts and they'll kill you if you have that's obviously not true.
Yeah.
And that takes like 30 seconds of critical thought.
To be like
that doesn't make sense because why would you just kill all your people? Although they are pretty sure that Kim Jong-un killed his uncle with an anti-aircraft gun.
Really?
Yeah.
I know there is videos of him killing people.
Yeah, he's saying he gets people killed.
Yeah. There's the one video
He kills a lot of people with dogs.
There's the one video where it's him, but it's him from a distance. Someone is filming like from a distance. And it's some parade and this person, everyone's like obviously doing some fucking shit.
Yeah.
And this person's just standing there, obviously in opposition to whatever's happening. And he walks up and he you can see him exchange some words. And the guy does like one of these at him. And he goes, boom. And just like point blanks this
really?
mother. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Like point blank is like,
wow.
And just cannons him and then turns and walks away. And it's like no big deal.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they'll show it in the Vice thing, where every time like Kim Jong-un enters or leaves a room, he gets a round of applause, right? Yeah. I think that would happen for like any world leader, anyways.
Any fucking like king or
you get like
leader,
whatever, you get like
right?
this round of applause, but no one wants to be the first one to stop clapping. Out of like fear, you don't want to be the first guy to be like, "That's enough," and sit down. So they'll do a round of applause for him for like 20 minutes. Until he's like, okay, and then makes them stop. But they'll just sit there and fucking clap. And but like, and hooting and hollering too. Like, whoa! Like, yeah, they go nuts for him.
Why?
I don't know, the fear of not.
Is it the fear though, or do they love him?
Well, I think too, like, yeah, they probably do love him a bit. Because we're a few generations in now.
Because people talk about this with Putin, and it's like, well, there is this group of people that
really like him, yeah.
Well, there's a group of people that hate Putin in Russia. But a lot of Russians like Putin a lot.
80% of Chinese people approve of the CCP.
Chinese Communist Party?
Yeah. Because their wealth generation to generation is like exponential.
Yeah.
Like you are very much, clearly much more wealthy than your parents.
Yeah.
Which is like not something you can say here.
Yeah, we're getting poorer.
We're getting poorer, but they're getting substantially richer.
Yeah, so they're like yeah,
generation after generation. So they're like, yeah, there's some shitty stuff, but on the whole, like life's pretty good.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, and that's what you see with Putin was like these people are like, well, we were literally starving to death.
Yeah.
And now, like, things are relatively normal. We have Coca-Cola and fucking, like, all these amenities. Life's pretty comfy. Like, things aren't
And
that
plus,
bad.
you know, you're just fed propaganda your whole life. You're probably going to believe some of it.
Yeah, you're like, okay, whatever.
Apparently, it's mostly the older people in Russia really get down with Putin.
Okay.
Like, the younger ones are the people that
I
are
love
like...
some of the spoofy things he does. Like, there's one where... Have you seen the auto goalie for soccer?
No.
It's a goalie that stands like this.
Yeah.
And it's just a board, and there's cameras galore on this thing. And when you kick a ball at it, it like ultra fast reacts, and it's like,
And blocks it?
Blocks it, and it's ultra fast.
Okay. Is it possible to score on? No.
Ronaldinho, Ronaldo, Messi, like all
They couldn't
these
score on
guys
it?
have fired cannons of shots, and they can't score on it.
Yeah.
Like, they can't. Putin goes up and, like, doop, and gets one in.
Because they've toned down the machine.
A lot, I think. Yeah, and it was like, really?
Yeah.
You know?
That's so funny.
Yeah, like,
You know a fucking gangster thing I've noticed about Putin when he walks?
What?
His right arm never swings when he walks. They call it like a gunslinger stance or a gunslinger gait or something like that.
Yeah.
So his hand is always right where your gun is.
Yeah.
It's pretty fucking crazy.
Well, because he was KGB,
he was KGB, and he was really good at it.
He was very high up in the KGB, and a known, like, he has a lot of fucking kills, man.
Yeah.
That dude's lethal. That
dude is lethal. That's
people,
no joke.
People talk shit about him, like, oh yeah, he does martial arts. It's like, yeah, the guy's like 60, and he actually does still train martial arts every day.
Yeah.
Like, that's a known thing about him, that his fitness is still like, bro, the pictures of him shirtless, it's like, okay, sure, he's riding horseback, and it's like, looks stupid. But he's also like 60 years old and yoked at 60. Like, he's fucking jacked, dude.
I think he's close to 70 now.
Yeah, and he's in phenomenal shape.
Have you seen? He's very paranoid, though. Have you seen the tables that he like meets with world leaders at?
No.
His end of the table's like 20 feet away.
Really?
Yeah, he makes people sit like 15 feet apart.
Why?
Like, don't get near me. Because he knows how easy it is to kill someone with like a micro needle or a powder, because he does it all the fucking time.
Yeah.
So he's like, no, you stay the fuck away from me.
Yeah, don't.
Or like you send an ambassador who's sick.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, he's very paranoid. Apparently he's like not living in Moscow right now.
Really?
Like, he is like out of there. Because the Ukraine war is just not going very well.
Such an interesting display of Russian military power.
Yeah, or what's left of it.
Yeah, like, it makes me doubt what the condition of the country as a whole. Heavily.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, the Russian mob controlled a lot of the military. So they're skimming funds off the top. So the Russian military always thought it was stronger than it was.
Yeah.
And then when it was go time, they were like, oh, fuck, we actually don't have anything.
Yeah, they're unprepared.
Yeah, they aren't prepared. They're asking people to show up with their own guns and body armor and
Yeah.
stuff because they're just not ready.
So I have a couple things.
Okay.
One real quick. Bouchard from the Edmonton Oilers. He's a bitch.
He's a bitch? Why do we say this?
Fucking bitch. Because I see him just being a bitch in these games. That's all I wanted to say about it.
Well, yeah, the Oilers are... Well, the Stanley Cup will be decided by the time you're back.
Yeah. Yeah, what's the standings right now? I didn't watch the last game.
2-0. As of recording time, it's 2-0.
Oh, so I did
Florida.
watch the last game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Florida. Kicked ass.
Yeah, did kick ass. I say
Yeah, Monday's the next game.
Florida wins in 6 games. That's going to be my
I
prediction
think
ahead
that's
of
pretty
time.
solid. Okay, that's pretty solid.
I am saying this on
I think
the 12th.
I think Florida and... I'm going to be honest with you. I think Florida in 5.
Yeah?
Yep.
It'd be nice for McDavid to win something, though.
I think the Oilers will win a game and then lose.
And then
They're
lose.
tired.
Canadian sports, baby.
Also, my fiance said that she wished T-Pain would put out a soul album. We didn't talk about this. We went to
We went and saw T-Pain at Caesar's Palace in Windsor.
Yeah.
My God. Was
was
it
a
a
good
culture
time.
shock for people that have never been to Windsor before?
Yeah. Never been to Windsor.
Let me tell you.
It's Canadian Detroit.
It's Canadian Detroit. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I was blown away.
Yeah. And it's on a comeback.
It
The
is.
city's doing all right.
It is.
There's some rough
I
spots.
actually really liked it. T-Pain was fun. He's broke. That motherfucker's broke.
Yeah, I know.
He's really broke now.
He was on top of the music game for like 5 years.
Yeah.
You
and
think that'd be enough, like, live the rest of your life?
No,
money?
he just couldn't manage money.
Yeah.
gone.
Well, it's like, they're like, how did he blow $45 million in 10 years? Easily.
Easily.
I could do that.
I could blow $45 million in 5 years. I could blow
6
it.
months.
I could blow in. Yeah, I could blow in less than that.
I'll just buy a really expensive house and then be broke.
Right away. Be like, cool, I have this house and I can't afford to upkeep it.
I can't afford to heat it.
Yeah. Yeah,
You know?
literally. You'd be like, turn off the water because the pipes are going to freeze.
But man, what a show T-Pain puts on. The dude can dance.
It was a good time. I liked it.
He's also like in his 40s, is he not? He just turned 40.
40.
Man, when they say black does not crack,
He
they
looks
fucking
phenomenal,
mean it.
man.
He looks the same.
He looks the exact same.
Not
The
to like
outfit's
meat
still
ride
cool.
T-Pain here, but
No, he looks the same. The outfits are still cool. The show is still good.
yeah. If you have
But
a
I
chance to
agree,
go
he
see
should-
T-Pain, go look.
Yeah, go see him. But he should do a soul album.
He's really good at soul.
Yeah, he's good. He's got a wonderful singing voice.
He does. He's really, really good.
Yeah,
T-Pain,
it's-
and he's a nice guy.
He's a nice guy. It's crazy that he was the auto-tune maestro
Yeah.
because he's actually very talented on his own. He doesn't need
Well, yeah,
auto-tune.
auto-tune won't take you from being bad to good.
Doesn't it, though? What about Taylor Swift?
Well, you have to have like you have to have a basic level of singing ability before autotune can even work, right?
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Or else it's gonna sound like his autotune is cranked because it's the style.
That's the thing. It's like
Like that's the style. But he's still hitting those notes.
Yeah.
It's just the transition between the notes
It's really hard.
is really harsh. That's what gives it that sound.
Yeah.
But he's hitting those notes on like if
On
you were to
more
imagine
gradient.
his singing is on like a curve, these are like binary, like
Yeah.
blocks. Right? So he's hitting those notes. It's just like
And it locks to it.
it locks to it. That's what he does.
Interesting, though, eh?
But I think probably what happened is kind of like what happened with Shaggy. You ever hear like why Shaggy sings like that?
yeah, he did one song like that, and it was a hit, and then he's like, I guess I...
Yeah, he doesn't sound like that.
Not at all. He's like... He sounds like just a generic American.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah,
But
he was
his-
like, I did the one song, and then it hit, and he's like, I guess everybody wants me to sound like this, so I just kept doing it. And
Yeah.
it was like, what? You're like,
No,
bro,
he's
you
putting
did...
that voice on.
Yeah. That's
It was
crazy.
he got it from his drill instructor when he was in like the Marines or something.
Oh, yeah, he is.
like-
Shaggy's like a Marine Corps vet.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's what his drill instructor sounded like. Like that's what he sounded like when he was getting yelled at, and he thought it was funny.
Yeah.
So he did it in a song one time because he could like repeat it well.
Yeah.
And it blew up. So now he's just got to sing like that. That's probably what happened with T-Pain. I can't remember what his first song was. But it was probably auto-tuned to fuck.
Bartender
and everyone
or
was like,
something.
yeah.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, that rocks. And he's like, cool, that's my thing now.
That's my thing, yeah. Isn't that crazy, you think?
Yeah. That could be our thing. We could auto-tune the whole podcast.
You ever just, like, learn the truth about people, like what people are really like, and just be astounded?
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw this out there. Jaylen Brown.
Who?
Jaylen Brown's he's a player for the Boston Celtics.
Okay.
Jaylen Brown, they were iffy about, like, scouts were iffy about him because he was so smart. I'm dead serious. He is.
That only works in
he
basketball
currently
and
teaches.
football.
I think he still, and they are in the playoffs, teaches a robotics course at MIT.
No way.
I swear to God.
And they were like, he's too
NASA
smart.
offered him an internship, and he turned them down, and he said, I just want to keep playing basketball.
Imagine having that as like your choices you have to make in your life.
Yeah,
Fuck
he's
off.
highly
Like,
intelligent guy.
Would you like to work for NASA or
He
play professional
originally-
basketball?
He originally got a scholarship for educational prowess before it was basketball. And he turned down like Kentucky and something else, like big basketball schools, turned him down to go to Caltech
Oh, really?
because he wanted the education.
Yeah.
He was like, I don't give a fuck about like some high basketball thing. He's like, I want the education, and still ended up a phenomenal basketball player.
That's
a
so
genius. He's an actual genius.
It's like fucking. Oh, there's one rock star that's like that. One of the guys from Blink-182, I think, lectures at Berkeley.
Oh, okay. It is something like that. I know.
Yeah.
Snoop's like this with. Everyone jokes about him being a pothead. He's apparently like actually a fucking total nerd
No
about
way.
botany and like horticulture. He knows. Yeah, he does, like with weed plants and. But I'm saying with like other forms of just like botany and horticulture.
Okay. I mean,
he's
if you told me.
extremely not. He originally was on a football scholarship. His name's Calvin.
Yeah.
He was on a football scholarship for LA.
Yeah.
LAU.
His kid plays football.
Yeah. He was a big football player and like he's a smart guy.
2 Chainz.
Titty boy originally.
Titty boy.
Originally titty boy.
Graduated university with a 4.0.
Really?
Went on a basketball scholarship and just pursued a degree.
Damn.
Yeah. Titty boy.
Titty boy.
Titty boy. You know why they called him that?
Why?
Because he was such a mama's boy that he was always hanging off her tit.
Seriously?
That's where it comes from, yeah.
Titty boy.
Yeah, that he was like still on the tit because he was so like
Such
he
a
always
mama's
just wanted to hang out with his mom.
Damn.
Yeah.
And then he became 2 Chainz.
Yeah, which is fucking wild because a lot of people wear 2 Chainz, but you're the guy.
You're the 2 Chainz.
You're the 2 Chainz.
Yeah, I got one last thing for
All right,
you.
let's end us off on a nice note. Is it
Okay,
nice?
the Leaning Tower of Pisa
Yeah.
is standing back up. Do you know
It's
about
probably
this?
all those people pretending to push it.
No, it's like the earth underneath it is settling the other way.
Oh.
So it's starting to stand up and not be leaning.
I can see the Italian government going in and being like no.
Push it over.
Yeah. They'll try to make sure it still leans and knock it over.
Yeah, accidentally. And destroy a monument.
And destroy a monument and be like, oh, what are you going to do?
What do you do?
Well, it's not standing up.
Yeah.
No one's going to come.
Well, like that famous fucking marsh that they had. I've told you about this, right?
Where?
They had a famous marsh, like this huge marsh in fucking Italy, but it produced a bunch of mosquitoes, and they were like, you know what we should do? Just drain the fucking marsh. And they just cut a channel and drained it, and then it decimated the farmland around it. And it was like, okay, we gotta refill the marsh. Deal with the fucking mosquitoes.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's so them. It's like one guy's in charge. Like, it's fucking drain.
Fucking drain it out.
Yeah, because I mean, all they work is like 3 hours a day.
Yeah.
They work from like 10 to 11:30, take a break, and then 2 to 4.
Is that really what it's like?
No, that's an exaggeration, but
They don't.
Their
work,
work
they
culture
don't
is
work
different.
A lot, yeah.
their work culture is much
And
different.
it's very lax. Yeah, because they take like a 2-hour break in the middle of the day
Yeah.
where they go and like make lunch.
Yeah, they'll like go home and make lunch, or
Have
they'll
wine.
go to lunch and have like 3 glasses of wine
And take a nap.
and take a nap.
Yeah.
I know, like I was, we were just working with a sommelier from Spain, and we're talking to each other, and we're talking about like grabbing lunch and stuff, and he's like, "Oh, do you grab like a beer? How many beers do you drink at lunch?" And I was like, "Traditionally 0." And he's like, "Why?" And I was like, "Cause I don't know if I'll get like a little drunk." And he's like, "So?
Yeah.
If everyone's a little drunk, like who cares?" He's like, "Really? Like on your lunch break at work, you don't have like 2 or 3 beers?" And I was like, "I don't get a lunch break, dude." And he was like, he couldn't believe it.
Dude, that's a thing.
He couldn't believe it. He's like, chefs in Spain, like if you'll have a lunch. Sometimes you don't even have lunch. Your restaurant just is not a lunch place. But if you do lunch and dinner, you'll do like lunch, and then there'll be like 5 hours before dinner, and you don't need to be there.
Yeah,
You go
they,
take your siesta, you go hang out, you eat some food, you come back, you do dinner.
Yeah.
He's like, that's just how you do it. You'll have like wine or whatever.
Yeah,
in
they all
between.
do it.
They all do it. So like you can't, like if you're not gonna be the only drunk guy coming back to work, so who cares?
Yeah. No one gives a fuck.
No one gives a fuck at all.
We should do that.
We should normalize the liquid lunch.
Man, like, it's not a liquid lunch because they still eat, but they have
Yeah.
a couple glasses of wine, right? Like, I do that every once in a while. I just, like, have a beer. If I'm having my lunch, I'll have a fucking beer.
Yeah.
If I'm sitting... If
Yeah, I
I
have
get...
like 3 beers.
If I get an opportunity to sit down for lunch, I'll have, like, 2 beers, and then I'm like, okay, with my lunch, you know?
You know what it does? It perks me up for the rest
It
of my
makes
day.
me not hate my fucking day. Yeah, that's what it does. I don't hate my life.
That's what I'm going to leave you with.
Yeah, don't hate
If
your
you
life
hate your life, have 2 beers.
at lunch.
You'll feel fucking awesome. As always, folks, stay reasonable.
Keep doubting.
We love you so much. Good night.
Reasonable Doubt Podcast. If you guys like funny, hilarious, goofy, goober, silly boys podcast, that is a good place to find yourself.
That was a good one.